Everybody, back again with another video highlighting some of my recent pickups. And I want to start off by showing you something a little different. Typically I'm here showing off my PSA graded stuff, but I picked up a lot of ungraded 1954 tops the other day and it finally came in, so I wanted to show that off. So normally I don't buy ungraded stuff just because there's too much risk involved with it when you're buying stuff online if you can't see it in person. But every once in a while I'll see a lot, and if it's a reputable person, in this case I got it from a probe scene auction, I'll place a bid on it. And here I purchased 22 1954 tops baseball cards. They're all around excellent mint, maybe some excellence in there as well. So some 5, 6s, maybe 1 or 2 would grade a 7, but for the most part in that 5 to 6 range. And I love the 54 tops, a very colorful set. I want to pull one card out in particular, this Vic Janowicz, not because he was a great baseball player, but because he was the 1950 Heisman Trophy winner out of Ohio State, and I'm a big college football fan. So that's a cool card. And some of you know the 54 backs have really cool comic book stories on the back about the player. So here's a lot of about 22 of these. Don't want to go through them individually. They're all commons. No real stars in there. And then I want to come back over here and show some of the PSA graded stuff I have. Starting off with this 1954 Bowman, Billy Pierce. Billy Pierce, 7-time All-Star. Nobody really knows about him, but he was a great pitcher in the 50s. And early 60s. This card right here, they give it a grade of a 6, but looking at it, I've got a lot of 7s that don't look that good. And then on here to another all-star from the 50s is Dick Donovan. He was just a 3-time all-star, but these cards are both commons. And once again, this 56 Donovan looks a lot nicer than the excellent 5 grade it was given. Then on to a couple more high grade commons from the 58 set. Another very colorful set. This Mike Garcia, just a pitcher. And then a Wally Post, both those near mint 7s. And then the last card I got from the 60s, I should say this is the only card from the 60s on this lot. A pretty cool 1967 Cubs Rookie Stars. So it's number 608, so it's part of the high numbered series, but this card is actually a double print, so didn't pay a whole lot for it. It's not as valuable as some of the other high numbered series cards from that famed 67 set. Really cool set though, the 67, lots of good colors and imagery in it. Another set that I'm a real big fan of from the 70s though is the 76 top set, and that's primarily just because they use really good color photography. And the cards, they have kind of like a glossy finish to them, and it really pops on the card if you look at it in the right light. So just a couple of commons with a Jim Willoughby and a Charlie Huff. All these are near mint to mint 8s. When it comes to commons from 76, I'll typically pick them up in 9s, but I saw a couple 8s and the price was good on them, and I was bundling with some other things, so I picked them up. And this guy right here, Raleigh Fingers, not a common. One of the great relief pitchers of the 70s, all the way up into the early 80s. And just pick this one up a little bit. Yeah, see, I love these 75 cards. Just a lot of good color imagery. And I've always been a fan. Thinking maybe I'm going to pick up that set at some time here in the near future. 76 is my birth year, so that's typically what a lot of collectors will do. Try to get the set in the year that they were born. Probably go for around 130, 140 bucks. I could probably pick it up for, so it's not that big of an investment. I just have to do it sometime. Here, going on to the football, Stanley Morgan. He was a really solid wide receiver, over 10,000 career receiving yards. I think he had 72 career touchdowns. Played on for the New England Patriots. If you notice any of the cards from like early 80s, they don't show the team logo on them. I don't think Topps had the licensing rights to do that. So you'll notice even that the iconic 81 Joe Montana card, you can notice that the 49 logo is absent from the helmet, and this is the case in 1980 as well. But a really sharp Stanley Morgan. This thing is, it says it's a mint 9, and it's every bit of that 9. I can't see a single flaw in this thing. The centering on this is really on point. In the corners, everything looks nice on it. I hardly paid anything for that either. So once again, Stanley Morgan, just kind of a random card I picked up. These last two cards I picked up with a lot more purpose. I've been actively seeking to get an Ernie Banks autograph and also a Harmon Killebrew autograph. The reason being, these are two of the all-time greats, both members of the 500 Home Club Hall of Famers, and we've lost them both in the last few years. So they're not signing anything, unfortunately, anymore. So picked up these autographs, and obviously once a Hall of Famer passes, their autographs tend to spike in price, and I just didn't. I should have got them sooner, but I figured, hey, I'm just going to bite the bullet and get these. Now this is from the '99 Hillshire Farm set. I also have another player, my Frank Robinson autograph from the same set, and these are just authentic. These black bordered cards do not hold up well, and they're chipping, especially if you look on the backs. They chip up really easy. But cool cards, and I like, even though the backs do chip quite a bit, looking on the backs, they give you career numbers, break it down quite nicely. So I like that about it as well. But still, one of the most affordable autographs you can get would be these '99 Hillshire Farms. And they are on-card autographs. There was no sticker autographs back in the late 90s that I know of. So these are all hand autograph on card. So you can never go wrong with the on-card autograph. That's the way I prefer them. But I just wanted to show you those recent pickups. Once again, everybody, I appreciate your posts and comments, and I'll talk to you again soon.